Fuck. Whoops. Hello. So I just need to get a feel which one works better. Okay, first, I know you're all asking the same question. Where do you get these socks from? I used to be a fashion designer, so thought it goes well. Anyway, right, enough of that. Thanks for having me, everyone. It's a little disclaimer here. When Joel and Penny first asked me to do this, they sold it to me. It would be like 20 people, intimate affair. And they did talk about the idea that the theme was reality, which I have no idea what. I mean, I do. Don't get me wrong. I do understand what it means, but I actually don't. So the reality was, a couple of days ago, I saw a tweet from these guys saying that 250 people here were coming. So I'm slightly unprepared, but I have done lots and lots of slides. So that's just my favorite little thing. Okay, so this means an awful lot to me. So this was me at the RSL Club, was that right? Coolest place in town, yeah? With the worst food I've ever had. Are those little pints. And this is a picture that means a lot to me because 4 years ago, Joel told us that in the future at some point we would be drinking, and he'll buy me a drink on Bondi Beach in Sydney. And this is the first time I've come down here, and it's actually happened, and it's just incredible. It's incredible, incredible feeling. So massive thanks to Joel, wherever he is. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, stand up, Joel. No, don't. I want all this love, not you. It's my favorite photo of him of all time. It's just, I know it's like an in-joke, but it gives a lot, this picture. If you imagine there's like 30 people in the boardroom, I have no idea what he's doing, but he's looking into something, and I want to know what that is. This is the wonderful Sydney team that didn't exist a year and a half ago, and I'm super proud to have had kind of nothing to do with just how awesome they are, but this was up on a big tower over Sydney, and I recommend you do it. It's pretty cool. None of this lot had done it, so it seems that no one from Sydney actually does the things that are meant for tourists. But it's awesome. Right. Oh, no. Sorry. Hello. I've done this into like 5 or 6 different stages. I tend to warm up and hope that when the time comes that when I'm talking about what I'm meant to talk about is actually good. So that's the first one. This is the really important part. It's actually really important because ustwo is a big company and everyone knows what they're talking about, and I don't. I really don't. And I often say stuff that I don't know, just doesn't really make sense. So yeah, just that.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I think that's the thing from our website if you put the wrong address in. Not the sound though, man. We haven't got that techie yet. So the theory was that if I put the last slide at the beginning, then when I start, I'll be better because I tend to talk really well just when I'm finishing, and then everyone kicks me out. So this is the first slide, but it's also the last slide. But actually, it's not even on the end slide now, so that's quite meta, although it probably isn't. Why is this the end slide? Because... Mama. This is the Apple Design Award, and this is the thing, in many ways, that I'd been chasing all my life, even before I knew I was chasing it. It was, I guess, recognition of doing something really, really, really good. An award you can't enter, something that was given back. And I love this photo because, you know, some of the team were up there, and someone captured me doing that, and it means everything to me. So yeah. Anyway, when I got married, I had a mullet. And my wife only admitted to me now that when I wasn't walking down the aisle, she was horrified that I hadn't actually cut my hair off. Well, I think it looks pretty good. I would still drop that if I could. It'd be a bit white now. It's fresh. Sorry, just gonna walk a bit. Oh, this was my joke. It made sense when I did it. I was like, oh no, I'll pretend that I got the wrong presentation. I didn't have the power there to say that, so I said a different version, but it got some good laughs, so it's working. I'm feeling quite good now. I'm warming up. Legend. That's with me when I was a bit fatter. That's why I like it. Why was I so fat and weird looking? Anyway, some background on me. I think it's important to, because it's about me, this whole thing, that you talk about me. That's my wife. So someone's crazy enough to marry me. And these are my two little kids. Actually, they're not my kids. I found them when I was looking on the internet. But they look cool anyway. I kind of had done a presentation. Well, this is like a bit of a presentation I've done before, but then yesterday I took like the whole day off, so I put a lot of effort into you lot. So I noticed I'm looking this way only. I've got to try to force myself to go this way. That just feels weird. And then I went through Instagram, because Instagram's got a wicked log of all the stuff I used to do, and at some point years back I wrote these down. Apparently these are my personal values. So I'll leave them up there. You can read them if you want to be awesome. Always want more. That's my favorite. Never be happy. And what I've realized in this world is you can never do enough. It doesn't matter. Even when I die, I kind of done enough. So you kind of might as well give up, but don't. Actually, I feel quite normal now. Like, usually I pace around, but it's not very big. Does anyone know who that is? Don't be afraid. We all love them. This is my favorite band of all time. This is Westlife, sadly disbanded now, which nearly killed me. But I think it's important to open up about that things. I'm not cool, clearly. But yeah, they're awesome. But more importantly, remember this picture. This is the whole point of this presentation. I realized yesterday when I found another picture that went with it. Okay. Sweatiest hand. Slipping out. Yeah, I love Us2. I love it so much that I founded it with my mate. Fuck, was it not working? So slow. Yeah, this is... So Us2, I know it's a clever name. It started with two people. And at the heart of Us2, why I love it so much is it's founded on friendship. We've known each other since 11. Look how awesome we are. We are best mates, and it's just about passion. And, you know, we both wanted to be models when we were younger. That was when we went to Hawaii. We spent the whole time just traveling around. Well, actually, I don't know where that was going, so I'm not going to say it. This is my favorite thing he's ever said. He didn't actually say it, but that's why it's even funnier. It just makes no sense, of course, but that's why it's so good. I wished he had said it. I wish I had said that. I don't even know what it is. But anyway, this is when we first started. This is what we set out to do. It's like, yes, this place is going to be the mecca of awesome. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be incredible. And then we moved into here. Maybe didn't quite deliver on that. So Us2 is not a company. What? I know. It's a fampany. And it is. A family company for those that aren't copywriters like me. Fresh. Legend. So, this is a little video that doesn't do anything, but when I saw this recently, I also hadn't been on my own website for a long time. I didn't even notice we had a video like this. It just made me smile a lot, because everyone in here is smiling. And yeah, it's just awesome. So for me, setting up Us2 was about a place where great people would come and we'd treat them like friends. They are fresh, aren't they? More on them later. We are product designers, and that might be something we're selling now. Assume you're thinking about the thing I just saw, but maybe not. Fuck, my mouth is dry. Let me just get one of these schooners. Fresh. Good, the shaking head while I'm doing it. That doesn't work. The nerves kicking in. No, that doesn't work. I can't do two things at once. Yeah, so Us2 is a place to have fun and to make awesome things, just building great things. When we first started, we were a design company. We didn't really know that we end up doing what we're doing now, but we just love making things. That's the thing that's inherent in every one of us. And making awesome things was so awesome. We made this. It doesn't get any more awesome. This is Sludge Cauldron. This was one of the first things we ever made in 2004. Now, I can't claim to design this myself. I wasn't hands-on, but I was the art director. So it's awesome. So what I was talking to the team yesterday, and I'm thinking, Christ, 10 years ago when you did that, and now we've just launched this when I go onto the plane. We're doing super, super important work now, and that's the jump that we've done in 10 years. And I think we're going to do the same sort of jump again in the next 2 years, and exponentially again and again and again. So I'm not here to talk about work, although admittedly most of the slides are about that. Holding that for a little bit. Hold. That's why I will never sell. Not that, but that. Keeping control. If you sell, in my opinion, is a total failure. So we're going to, ustwo is a platform that we're going to allow to do awesome things on. So it's built for longevity, and it's built for us to do something else. Anyway, it is about business, though, of course, because we have to make money. And I think that was like the way the curve used to go in 2013. But I didn't do the other years because they didn't look so good, so it wouldn't be as impactful. But being paid to do work was great, but I personally, and this is where this is going, this whole thing, I needed more. I needed own IP. I need to be able to put stuff out there that I thought the world needed. And it's about J, good, that worked, F, D, I. Now I think that's what you call agile, but I'm not sure if it is. Anyway, it's not, by the way, but don't ask me what it is. They are the very pants I told you about. They were doing our Croatian holiday. Awesome. Another kid I found. But he's awesome. No, this actually is my kid. Look how good his face is. I just look so good. I don't even know what he's doing and why he looks like that. He's not even that small. He's actually stretched as well. Anyway, what does own IP actually mean? What it just meant to us two was that over the years we put more and more people into projects and products and things that we're releasing that had no necessarily revenue coming back straight away. There was a hope that they might, but more often than not, there wasn't. So over on that pink graph, we'd often invest big, recoup little. Oh, fuck, went too fast. Now this is, oh, fucking hell. Okay, you know what? This is the beauty of Agile. I'm gonna go back. So, I tested that, it didn't fucking work, so invested big, recoup little. Fuck, what the fuck is going on? Recoup little. Oh, okay, that worked as well. Anyway, forget it. Totally lost it. I've only just realized the one on the left is the one that's up there, isn't it? I was looking, I was like, why is it, I just don't get it. Like, oh, it's actually helpful, this thing, not a hindrance. Sorry. Right, I'm just gonna start again, the whole slide. Imagine that. Fucking hell. Oh, God. Anyway, that's why we were doing it. It wasn't for the money, it was like, we love what we're doing, we're getting paid to do what we love, and then we're gonna use that money to also do what we love. And then the things that we love doing are going to feed back into the client work as well, and it's like this reciprocal love. It's beautiful. It could be considered perfection, but it isn't, unfortunately. But anyway, right, I'm going to have a break. Just talk about... Sorry. Good, I can't even put this on. Okay, is it going okay? 2 people said yes, good. Penny, you're paid to say that as well, Christ. Fuck, this isn't going well. Okay. How am I doing for time? Because there's quite a lot of slides to go and haven't even started yet. Okay, so what is this all about? The egomaniac has landed. This is the story of Succail. Now, I talked before about being a master copywriter. For those that don't know what Succail is, and it's not Succail, it's Succail. Please get it right, even when you spell it. Make sure it sounds right. Oh, fucking hell. Stupid thing. Oh, my God. Okay, I might use my toe or something on this. Might be fresher. Right, so there's success and there's failure, but what we coined, or I, was Succail. So we were releasing things that were weren't exactly successes, but they weren't failures. And for me, that's the most important thing. Like, it's actually not important. It's not okay really to fail unless you take everything you learn from that failure and you wind it into the next thing and you go again. That's for me what succailing is. Actually, it's probably, maybe it's not even that. Maybe it doesn't even make any sense anymore, but it did at the time. So here's me trying to be creative and cool. I didn't know I was going to put that word at the top because I wasn't meant to reveal that, but I have. So basically this story of Succail is I'm going to show you through the pathway that led us to why we made Monument Valley. I'm not going to go detailed into the projects, but I'm going to look at the learnings and the failings of what we took out of it. And this is what that feels like. Little guy is awesome. You can find loads of videos of him online. He's just a fucking legend. Right, so that's what it feels like. That's for me what the journey felt like. I've loved it. 7 years of absolutely loving what I've been doing, and I hope that that's come through, and I think that's a big reason to why ultimately we made something special. You know what, I've done this talk so many times over the last few days in my head. I wake up at 3 in the morning. Like, okay, just thought I'd say that. Anyway, I was kind of wondering if maybe I'm still doing that now. I don't want to, because then I have to do it again. I have to wake up and think, fuck, I've got to do this talk again. Anyway, so this is the one. It's really important that you remember that, and it's really important that you remember the picture of my boys' Westlife. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, it doesn't matter. It does matter. So that is actually the birth of both my little daughter, Gracie, and stepping. Sinks his idea, my ad, he's over there. He thinks he's an idea man. So he comes up with stepping. This was where our first thing we ever made. Taking someone off client work and saying, right, you're just going to sit in the corner and you're going to make something awesome. So we released that. At that stage, I was back on the client work straight away, pointing at sinks. So that didn't go too well. But we learned from it. We at least put something out there. And that was the first step towards Succail. This is the one. Oh my God, I'm going to throw this thing in the floor. It's cramping my style, isn't it?
Is it good?
Oh, fuck. I'm going to go into a mini-man. Right.
Is it recording, is it? Is it recording? Oh, right, okay. I was looking for useful iPhone apps this weekend. We came across Mouthoff, which, as you can probably tell, we're using right now. The premise is pretty simple.
Okay, you get it. So that was Mouthoff, and that was awesome. That has served us very well, and actually what it taught us was that if you make something that people like to actually use, it tends to be more successful. But also, people like to show off and do things, and it was a very visible app, so it did pretty well for us. We're not that well, so it was just like working with a load of different creatives to make different mouths. It was the most powerful sound reactive mouth out there. Very proud of it. It meant I could also become a marketing genius. But more importantly, my children actually became useful. Million hits, million hits. Well, that isn't, but let's pretend it is. And then this one should have got more, this last one. Oh, bollocks. Oh, here we go, agile again. I had to be jabbing her in the foot when I was doing that. I wasn't at all, by the way. The only reason I put this, other than it's another picture of me, is I like the fact that I do understand one thing. They understand who the CEO is. Sorry, Sinks. There's only one CEO. I'm not actually the CEO, by the way. I don't even know what that means. This, when I was looking yesterday for something, it was quite cool. I hadn't actually thought about that before. Because I use that one all the time, but now I can't not use it anymore, or I can use it. I hadn't realised it, but it's fresh. The things designers do to go into things. Anyway, remember that. Maybe tweet me with that, but I'll think of the other one. Oh my God. That's it, I'm going. Oh, thank you. All right, okay, this is the one. This is the one. This is called the dot. And this was our innovative idea that we thought that, okay, Mouth-Off had taken us quite a few weeks and it still didn't make any money. So maybe it's about time in those days. If you spend less time on something, it's more chance of being successful. It made total sense. So we spent 48 hours making this thing. We sort of sat in a bedroom or the studio. And then we kind of went to press. And in the olden days, I used to say, we go to press, everyone. But probably one website picked up on it, and I don't think anyone read it. But the best thing for me about the dot was this.
Our survey said.
You couldn't actually find it, because by calling it dot trademark, the search term just didn't come back. So you couldn't find it in the App Store. That was cool. So we made the second one, which you also couldn't find. And then we made the third one, which you also couldn't find. And these were like the cool collectibles, as we called them, like dot 1, 2, and 3. There was actually a fairly big, kind of a niche following for these things. So then there's like the only obvious thing to do after 3 is, of course, make 5. And that was there's no need to say anymore. Let it talk. Okay, so we're nearly there. So this is John Bergman. I don't know if you know him. He's a good friend of ours. And I think in these days, I don't know what these days are, we thought, we're interested in collaboration. It's a key part of what we're all about. And we thought maybe working with John and bringing his great work to life would be like, there's a chance we can hijack his massive audience, and this is the thing that's going to make us super famous. It'd be wicked. Like, don't do any of our own work, live off him. That was probably meant to go first, but yeah, look, I actually remember thinking, Christ, copyright central, like RI 69p, and that's for like, it's a play on RIP, by the way. I'm never sure if anyone gets it, because if I put the big P up there, it doesn't actually work with 69. So anyway, the concept here, we're thinking, fuck, you can't make money out of 69p apps, so we're gonna go super premium. So this is like some of the early prototypes, like getting his characters in there, and we're thinking, let's make like a soundscape, or we knew that people loved, actually, fuck that. I'm gonna look at it this way. So yeah, the idea is that you'd build like a soundscape, an orchestra of love, as you would. And then once you've made it with these weird sounds, you press this YouTube button and it goes up to YouTube, and you've created a video that hopefully becomes viral. And this definitely taught me a lot. I guess this is probably the alarm, get off. This was like waterfall central. So it took us a year to make, because I kept on changing things, and I think she's definitely losing it at this point. And the only thing we hadn't tested was whether or not you could actually do that, and you couldn't. So, I mean, at this stage, there's definitely a lot of people in the company that are kind of a little bit worried. And it was a bit annoying, I have to say that. It was bad quality. The stuff that I uploaded was so low grade, it was unbelievable. So anyway, we had everything for this launch. Apple invited us to come and talk. And we had the super premium, we had the collaboration, we had the fact that we had the Apple promo. Two weeks in, 1 year, like 4 people. Ouch. Yeah, really bad. Okay, right. So then we're thinking about Legend. That's from, I can't remember, like Field of Dreams or something. Costner. Build it and they will come. I've actually since found out he didn't say it quite like that, but that's better. We built this thing called Granimator. Just out of interest, had anyone ever heard of this? Wow. Shit, we did really well those days. Okay, some people did hear about it, and actually, look, the right people heard about it. These are for designers. So it was a wallpaper creator. I was working with Deadass, pretty well-known design studio. And the idea was, I think for my own sort of background in design, I was better at manipulating other people's work than doing my own. And so I wanted to provide a tool that allowed you to manipulate all these well-known designers, and so you could create anything you wanted. Yeah, so this is just some nice pictures, really, because I like pretty pictures. So depending on the artist pack that you chose, you could totally change the style. So we worked with some great people. And for me here, it was really important that I was able to kind of work with some of my heroes and just get them involved in this platform. And it was wicked. And it was never actually about money at all, because we weren't charging for this. This was just meant to be something really for the community. And also because like I want there to be nice work out in the world. So this is just some, and we worked with some actually musicians as well, because it was a sound manipulator as well, depending on the graphics you used. So yeah, over the time we worked with all these amazing people. So they all knew about it. Oh, bollocks. I just put that there because that was on Instagram as well, and for no reason other than I remember being in LA recently, just saying I went to LA. I always like saying I went to LA. And I remember actually walking down the road really early morning thinking, Christ, I've got to take a cool photo just so I can be cool. And that's what I took. It might not even be cool. So, okay, I don't want to come across as thinking we're just wasting money before that, because what we weren't doing that. I was genuinely thinking what we were doing was good. But I think what we realized is we weren't taking it seriously enough. You know, we still at this point, we probably were sort of, yeah, we didn't actually know what the hell we were doing. So it was about focus. So I bought myself a Wendy house. And this was after seeing Planet of the Apes. And in Planet of the Apes, one of the new ones, I think, there's like this scene where there's a massive great gorilla and there's loads of baby gorillas, or they're called chimpanzees, I think. And they were all running around, and the big gorilla lived in a cage, and that was for their own good, or for the, I can't remember what reason. Anyway, this was for the good of the ustwo's, not me. If I stayed in here, it was better off. This was a Christmas card I got one year from one of the ustwo's. Do I actually look like that? I don't have that bad a tooth. Barry beef. Anyway, so this is the one. I'm saying it again. That's pretty brutal, isn't it? I didn't do that, but I think what that was meant to symbolize in a nice way was we were kind of moving into publishing and digital publishing, and we were thinking, why are the digital publishers not really using digital to actually drive their industry on? So, you know, why was there sort of an interactive studio going to do that and put our money where our mouth is? So the artwork came out of copyright, so we were able to, again, sort of like we did with John Bergman, use not copyrighted material. So I wanted to make something beautiful. You know, a lot of what I like to do is hopefully beautiful, and wanted to make a nursery rhyme book that takes all the wonderful artwork, but then adds that spin on it, like brings tactility to the iPad. We wanted to make something that would become like a coffee table type book. And I guess the tactility you obviously can't really have because it's just a screen, but you can do it hopefully through interaction. I love this video. If it actually, all right, this is pretty well meant to press it one more time. Yeah, love it.
What are you trying to do?
Take off his head!
That's not my son, by the way. That's a nut job. So, fuck. It's not meant to go on anymore, but I can't go on to the next slide yet. Oh, maybe I can. I think it's, okay. Right, I'm just going to go back. So, okay, by now I was very much into the marketing side of what we did, and I know by this stage the App Store is getting fuller and fuller, and it's harder and harder to get any sort of visibility, and it's even more impossible, I'd say, today. So you just having like what we considered to be, you know, a very beautiful experience was never going to be enough to actually sell this thing. So we needed to think of a feature that would be interesting enough to actually get journalists to want to write about something, well, a nursery rhymes app. So what we built, we managed to hack Game Center to allow you and me to read remotely to my kids, so I never had to leave work. The world is a nice place. So, there's a little video to explain it. Oh no, that's not it, that's the other one. Here's a little video just to make us cry a little bit.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder who you are. Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. 3 blind mice, see how they run, hey diddle diddle. The cat and the Sleep tight.
I'm not sure why we chose the creepiest looking guy for that, but... And for some reason we thought, he's in Japan and that's why it's dark and she's back home. So we sort of pushed it a little bit too far. But I had like 2 glasses of red wine at home, and when Chris sent over the video and I watched it, and I am no joking, I cried. I mean, I could see a few tears out there. So we released that. Oh yeah, so that's what I said. Oh good, that's the wrong slide. Oh well. Oh. Works every time. No, I've never done that before. I haven't actually. I was too scared. Okay, this is where it does go a little bit bonkers. I don't know. There was a stage in my life where it was easy to misread me. I used to wear wigs and I used to refer to myself as Chief Wonka. I haven't actually said that word for a long time because it took me into a pretty dark place because I literally went bonkers. And my wife, she keeps repeating, I hated that guy. Like, what guy? Like, that was me. But anyway, I don't know why I said that. I just felt like revealing that. I needed to say it, get off of my heart. I want to bring back. So anyway, this is the one. So at this stage, right, Nursery Rhymes goes out, it does all right, but it doesn't really give me that sense of satisfaction. I'm like, I want to make games. Like, games are cool. I don't actually even like games. I actually can't stand playing games. I still don't play games now, but I want to make an experience rather tn an experience that gets you to an experience.
I kind of told him every time this is the one.
I'll put away.
I kind of told him every time this is the one, fully knowing that they never were. This one, well, really is that one.
No, I can't say no.
The patients are starting to fray a little bit.
They're not paying for themselves, never mind making profit.
Crikey,
Where's the money gone exactly? So this was, he was on the edge now. He doesn't like being on videos at all. And that was filmed in a toilet as well, or my bit was. Yeah, that was definitely peak, like, idiot. But it's amazing how far you can get with wearing a pink wig. Like, these are my new pink wigs, by the way. Not quite as subtle, or maybe more subtle. I can't remember the word. Anyway, so we wanted to make a flying game. So whales seemed the most appropriate thing. And the idea is being that it's going to be like flying this little whale through a beautiful soundscape and a just beautiful journey, really. You know, the baddies would be clouds. I just love that photo so much. It's got nothing at all to do with that. It's my mate Lawrence. I mean, what a legend. Early morning, beer in the hand. He knows where he's going. I know it's an intro, but he's just, oh, I love him. This is not the main character, but it was the only picture I could find, and that's Wendy, actually, not Willow. Yeah, so I talked about. So years gone by, and we're learning that it's all about prototyping. It's all about testing these things. So we found a core mechanic that we really liked, which is the tapping the screen. I think we've got a little prototype here, but so it's really, really early. This is this idea that as you tapped it, it stayed up. But again, want to say more? Does anyone know who that is? I say that because I've actually now forgotten. Super furry animals guy. Griff Rees, thank you very much. Finally, you've been useful since in 11 years. So yeah, that is Griff Rees. So Griff, yeah, he's really famous. None of you have heard of him. That's probably why it didn't work. We bought him a load of toy instruments, and we wanted him to make sound effects for the game. But actually, he loved the game so much that he decided to make a song out of it that actually became more popular than the actual the game we made. Then we thought, wow, why just stay in games? Let's become promo video makers. So we made a video. That's mine. Anyway, you get the point. It was awesome. So here's the song with Inside the Game. And it was a beautiful game. Did anyone play this? Brilliant. I have to move out of my house after this. Cheers. Anyway. But it didn't really matter, it didn't do that. It did actually do pretty well, but it gave us, it sowed the seed to us that Apple started to really like what we did. They liked the fact we were taking risks, just for the pure lols. This, that's not that bad. This day, I think, is a Sunday, and Sinks phones me, goes, Mills, you said this was the one. It's dropped quite a lot from the day before, and I'm like, no, don't worry about that. That's a Sunday, that always happens. And then that happened. That is a true story, isn't it, Sing? Yep. Just a quick little, just 'cause it looks cool. We started to make a TV show actually recently. I say recently, it's taken 2 years, and it's absolutely gone nowhere. It looks awesome. I just played it for a few seconds, it looks so cool. Anyway, it's awesome. I've gone a bit too agile on this next one because I put the slide that meant to go before that on now. So now you can go, wow, they're making TV. Well, we did, but we haven't done it yet. That's my boy's girlfriend. It's very fucking weird there. Okay. I feel like singing. But I can't sing, that's the problem. Okay. This is the one. You've probably all used this. This was, I have to swear now, the biggest fuck up in all history. And most of the ustwo's by now, it was over for me. I mean, this was the personal love, and this was, you know, I like to think that we invented Snapchat off the back of this, or someone else did. The byline alone probably should have told us something. You know, I genuinely thought it was awesome, but only Sabine, who made it with me, did as well. That's the power into the CEO. You don't have to listen to anyone. You just keep pushing through, burning that cash. It is about communication. Love that picture. Bigger, better. Honk was for those that want more, and simply put, if you thought that this picture of Jimsy was funny, if you thought that's funny, and that's Jimsy, my mate, which it is funny, then that is funny, yeah? And these are like these little pellets that you just draw on, and you keep adding them. It's like that's when you fold the paper stuff over. You know, it was going to be big. And the reviews came in. It was heartbreaking, it really was. And you know, the learnings that came out of this were, A, listen to everyone who knows what they're talking about. And yeah, I don't know, just don't do it. Don't make honk if that was what you were about to do. Look at that, like over 3 months, 980 people downloaded it. It's free. Fuck. So crazily, we're doing honk, and that took us a year, and then we are actually, you know, I'm also loving working on Rando. Now usually this is where I take all the credit for the design, but the designer who did it's here today, Jack, so legend. I don't know where he is, but yeah, so I can't claim that I did it anymore, but no, he did it, it's beautiful. So Rando, did anyone use Rando? It was very big in South Korea. 3 fucking people. Jack, you can have all the credit, mate. So Rando, actually Rando was really big for us, not obviously in terms of massive downloads maybe, but just in terms of industry. It really grabbed the attention of some of the big companies out in the valley, which was really important for me at the time. And what we were doing, that's the picture of what it looks like. Well, that's what it was. We wanted to make a photo sharing out that wasn't about sharing and demanding some sort of love back in, but it was actually about giving. So taking a photo, you send it off, and one person in the world will receive it, and all you or they know is where that's come or gone to. And I just love, at the very essence of that, it was just such a beautiful proposition. Now the irony of that, 10 minutes. Fuck, I'm only halfway through. Actually, I've only got 20 slides left. That's perfect, mate. You've done this before. So the irony of the one that we don't want any sort of, it's not about social, but of course I go straight to social to promote it. And I put up these fake billboards that Travis put, and actually they got shitloads of likes, 144. As you can see, I'm not that popular, but for me that was popular. And they were only half of them I paid for. So we put a load more up and we thought, wow, people actually like this. So then we actually made them. Pure advertiser, put them around London. Love this video. Don't underestimate the power of billboards. I actually think they're the most genius things, and if I had more money, I'd just literally buy billboards everywhere. Walking towards the studio and just seeing them there just feels something good. I kind of understand now why advertising exists. So yeah, I thought I'd say that. Yeah, all right. Yeah, so we closed it down because it was getting too popular and it was actually costing us too much money to run. And we were like, fuck, okay, this is actually going to bankrupt the business. Okay, it wasn't costing that much. But actually what happened is we were getting lots of inbound inquiries from sort of VCs and people sort of pushing us to want to develop it more in order to get more usage. And actually this thing, Rando, was just meant to be an experience really. It wasn't meant to be a business. We weren't trying to make money out of it. It was just meant to be something that you enjoyed, almost a piece of art. So rather than just let it live and not give it any love, we closed it down and we cancelled it. And it was a hard thing to do because usually we just let things roll and roll and roll. Honk was still going, by the way, and still getting those downloads, but this thing we killed. I couldn't bring myself to put the picture I had there because it was like a stock image of rolling a dice. I was like, I can't, so I didn't. Okay, so has anyone played this? Let's actually see hands. Actually, wait, stop, let's flip that round. Who is tight enough not to have bought it? Legend. What? Okay, well there's 2 more sales. That's kind of worth the time. The thing though, I'm not going to talk, even if you've all seen it, I think, you know, the whole point of this thing was like just telling you about the journey of a company that kind of continually backs a dream of wanting to take all the learnings into the next. And the learnings we hit from this one, we actually made a game before this called Blip Blop, but it was just a small little experiment really. It was a vanilla experience that really was just to clear the debris of Whale Trail. But this was the important thing. I sent this email to them before we started. And it was just kind of, where's the one? I'm going to go a bit, I'm going to enhance. Okay, so this is the bit. So this was the thing that I said it had to do. Zenith is what we used to call it pre-Monument Valley. It's worth just reading that because at this stage there's a lot of people thinking that making a premium game was going to be crazy and making something that was all about design was crazy and that you can't do well in this game, and certainly our history implied that. But I like the fact that when I read this again the other day, this is the one. Oh fuck, I was meant to do it now. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is the one. Fucking hell, I found a way of matting it all back together. The absolute genius. Oh, fuck off. I just wanted to point out that I think, you know, what the thing we were able to do really well, other than deliver something that was genuinely loved and it was actually beautiful, playable by children up to my parents alike, was that we seeded, so we gave a very early access to a number of people from Apple to Wired. And this piece I put down has been the sort of real reason why the hype really started to build. This is a year before, this was in 2013. And we were able to use this to really leverage, to really build that hype. Yeah, I've never ever, nor since, loved chasing awards, but what we realise is if you win them, they're awesome. You've got to tell everyone about it. But it wasn't about the awards really. That recognition was great. Lots of black slides. Oh, I just want to show you. Okay, you've all seen it, but I like just watching on a big screen. it still gets me. It's beautiful. It is worth saying that, sadly for me, I was really involved in all of the projects other than this one. My job really was just to protect the team from the evil sinks who was believing we weren't. Well, you're not evil, mate. I love you. But it was like a step away. Let a team be a team. Trust in a team. Give them the budget they needed. They needed a year of time, and believe in them, and believe in passionate people to do great work. And that's what I put through the whole of the companies like that. And it really, really did work. And for me, the most important thing was things like this. People actually, the fan art that we get every day is just absolutely incredible. The fact that people do this is a truly indicative of why we made something so special, and it means so much to me. People, yeah, like people just making totems. This guy makes a living out of selling totems. We didn't make any money out of that. We were such givers. Yeah, you can see it. It's so sweet. It's endless. This comes up. We have so much flooding every day, and like these are the Crossy Road guys, and they did a Crossy Road version. They love it so much, and people are fucking nuts. That's actually real. I wouldn't even do that. And I don't know if you saw it was in House of Cards, and that was kind of mind-blowing. And for those who might be thinking we paid for that, we made something that people liked, and we've never spent any money promoting it. And word of mouth is the biggest driver of sales for Monument Valley. And the producers of this just came to us and said, look, we love it so much, we want to put it in the show. We're like, of course, no brainer. And it was like mind-blowing watching this. But the most mind-blowing thing was the night of the BAFTAs. We win the BAFTAs, which is a big thing, maybe only in the UK. And guess who's there? That's Brian McFadden. I could not fucking believe it. I just couldn't, I'm just gonna hold it there. Now, I also want to hold it. Why is my hand so big? It's like the biggest hand. I was in tears. He actually wanted to see me. I was like, what the fuck? It was just meant so much. I was like a pest that was on him. But anyway, I've come to the end, I'm afraid. Yeah, that's just like a please contact before you give me a hope for a few claps. You don't have to do that. It's like email me if you ever want to say anything. I like talking to people, then I don't have to actually do any work. So like, please do contact if you've got any questions or anything, or if you want a job. Everyone here is welcome to join us to Sydney. Joel can deal with that, you know. Cut it, no more. Anyway, thank you so much for everyone. I hope there's been something worth actually coming for, out. Thank you.